So our heroes have destroyed the altars, stopped the ritual, and now they need to head to town. They need to run before the Blag Fang tribe can do anything else to them. But first thing they got to do is see what size town they're going to. And they're going to a medium town, which means each hero automatically gets a travel hazard. Red is the tens place and white are the ones place, so we are going to start with the Saloon Girl, a 66. Traveler on the road. During your travels you encounter a stranger along the road. This result may not be re-rolled or cancelled. Roll once on the chart below to see what type of stranger you have run into. Rolling on this chart also may not be re-rolled. So you got to roll a d6. A 5. Traveling missionary. Walking the roads to help the fallen and those who have lost their path. All heroes may fully heal their sanity and remove D3 corruption points. Okay, well that's actually good news. So, Saloon Girl heals 3. Good, that takes her down to 1 corruption. The the Marshal, he heals 1, takes him down to 1 corruption because he had 2. Now the Lawman, 2. He is corruption free. And the Bandito, can he ever get rid of corruption 3? Well, he only had 2. So this one works out really well in our favor. Alright, well, we'll just go in order. The Bandito, travel hazard, a 45. Bridge destroyed. The bridge across the canyon ahead has been demolished. Either blown up to prevent demons from coming across or torn apart during a skirmish. You'll have to find another way around, which will take time you don't have. When you get to town, the heroes can spend no more than 2 days for their town stay before starting the next adventure. Man, okay. Alright, well, the Lawman, 51, sleeping under the stars. As you drift off to sleep under the starry sky, your thoughts turn to the vastness of time and space and all the horrors and wonders you have seen on your journeys. Each hero may make a lore 6+ test. For each 6+, gain 1 health or 1 sanity. Ooh, wow. Okay, well, that's a lore 6+. So we will start with a Saloon Girl who has a lore of 6. Oh, let's see. And she gets 3, so she can gain 3. So she has 17 health and 18 sanity right now. So each one gained. So we will give her 2 health and 1 sanity. So that brings her to 19 each. Now the Marshal has a rip-roaring luck of 2. So let's see the U.S. Marshal. He doesn't get any. The Lawman has a lore of 2. He doesn't get anything. And the Bandito, he's got a lore of 3. And he gets 2. And he'll put both of those on sanity. Alright, and then the last travel hazard is for the Marshal. Oh, 14. That's a very low number. I don't think that's going to be very good. Shooting Star. Blazing across the night sky, a burning trail of shooting star catches your eye. A good omen, perhaps? The hero that rolled this result may make a lore 6 test. If passed, recover D3 grit. Okay, so he has a lore of 2, and he doesn't, so nothing. So that is the end of the travel hazards. Now we can set up a medium town, but let's figure out what kind of town it is going to be. 10, a river town. So let me set up a river town and I'll be right back. Alright, so the river town is set up. Now they always have a street market and always have a gambling hall which represents the riverboat itself. And then just as a reminder, when finishing, if you're doing a random mission, you get to roll twice, and each hero gets an extra grit when they leave. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I will forget it, because I never forget anything. So now we need to pick our, it's a medium town, so we'll pick the random items. We've got a saloon, a sheriff's office, mutant quarter, a church, and a blacksmith. Then they can only stay 2 days, so this will probably be a relatively short-lived adventure, but the first thing is a daily event. Town daily event. As the sun burns overhead and outlaws marched out to the wooden gallows in front of the courthouse with the pull of a lever and the snap of a rope, one more soul goes to meet its maker as the crowd looks on. All heroes in town may recover a grit. And that will put Saloon Girl at her, well, when we leave, if she doesn't use any grit, it'll put her at her max grit. And the same goes for the Lawman. So now we have to decide where people want to go. They'll stay at the hotel and pay their 10 gold. And speaking of, so Ben the Bandito has 1655 gold and 2060 experience, so he needs 1440 to get up to level 4. Dan the Lawman needs 1470 to get up to the next level, and he has almost 2000 gold. Our Saloon Girl Mandy has 5500 gold, and she needs 1500 to get up to level 5. And then Big Ned, the U.S. Marshal, has almost 3000 gold, and he only needs 1000 to get to the next level. So I don't think they'll get there the next adventure, but they are getting close. So we will take 10 gold from each of them, and the Saloon Girl is going to the saloon. I think the Marshal's going to the blacksmith. The Lawman will go to the sheriff's office because he's going to probably try and get a bounty. And the Bandito, what does he want to do? They really didn't. They don't have much that needs to be healed. None of them have injuries right now. That last fight went really, really well, especially since I remembered that all of the Blag Fang tribe don't get 5+ saves. Because when they had the 5+ saves, everybody died. I think maybe he will go... he's going to go to the street market. Alright, so let me roll their things that happen at each of these places. So, at the street market, a 7. Hogs and horse thieves. Dark and foreboding, the back alleys of the street market stink of fish and filth. Smells like home. No event. Okay, so now the saloon daily event. Ooh, a 10. That was the street market. A 10. Song and dance. One of the saloon girls catches your eye and she motions for you to come over. Following her up the stairs, she leads you into a back room. Make a luck 5 test. If passed, you are reinvigorated by her comforting presence. Gain D3 health permanently. If failed, you are knocked over the head and wake hours later to find your wallet gone. Okay, well, Saloon Girl, she needs to make a luck 5 test. Her luck is 4. So let's see. Oh, she passes. So she gets D3 health permanently on top of the ones she already got. 3 more health. Wow. Okay, let me write that down. So she's gained 5 health so far. That's pretty darn good. Okay, so now at the sheriff's office. 3. Oh, I think I remember. That's bad. Corrupt sheriff. Every law hero at the sheriff's office must immediately flee town or challenge the corrupt sheriff's authority. You know what? He's just going to flee town because we got nothing else to do. Okay. And then last but not least, the Marshal. He rolls a 5 at the blacksmith shop. Cost increase. There's more work than one blacksmith can handle. All purchase prices are a plus $100. Oh, and he was going to actually buy something there. Well, he still may. Alright, so we are going to start with the Bandito at the... well, no, we'll just start with the Marshal. Ooh, does he want to buy a horse? No, he doesn't have enough to buy a stagecoach yet. But he is going to get the tomb chest, which holds up to 8 darkstone, and any darkstone inside is hidden and does not provide corruption hits. And given that he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, unfortunately it costs an extra 100, so he's going to have 700 less gold. And you know what? That's all he's going to do. And now the saloon girl. She is at the saloon. First thing she's going to do is entertain. Once per visit, she can entertain patrons to earn money. And she's going to use her storytelling lore. And she rolls, and every 4 or 5 gets her $25, and every 6 gets her 50. Wow, she got 50. That's it. That wasn't that great. Let's see, is there anything else she wants to do here? Well, she's going to spend 100 to do Brimstone Craps. Oh, it's a luck 5 test. Well, her luck is 4, so if she's going to do that, she'll only be down 50 if she doesn't get anything, so let's see what happens. She gets 2 5s, so that's 200 more dollars, so she gets makes 100 after she spent 100. And then casual poker. You know what? She is going to buy the bone corset, which is $1,200, $1,210, because everything is $10 extra. I'll remember that for so it's actually, the tomb chest cost him 710 gold, but she is going to buy the bone corset, which gives her a 6+ armor save. And then that's going to be the end of her turn. And the Bandito, he is at the street market, and he is going to sell some darkstone. He will sell one. He's just going to sell all 4 of his darkstone for P. It's P dice times 20 each, and you roll for every shard individually. So I just happen to have 4 of these P dice. So he gets 60 for 3 of them and 80 for the other. So that's 180, 260 total gold. Not great, but not bad either. And I think he may just call it a day. Let's see, does he want to buy a hat? I want to get him a better gun, but I just am not finding anything here. No, I think we're actually done. I think they're going to leave. But first off, we have to roll and see on the chart here, does anything else happen? No, it does not. So, I think our heroes are going to leave town. It was a short town stay. It was great for the saloon girl anyway. She made some money. She bought a bone corset, so she gets an armor save. And actually is gained 5 health and a sanity, so she did pretty well. And the Bandito did pretty well too, adding 2 to his sanity. And then the U.S. Marshal is going to hide his darkstone. So with that, they're going to take off and head to the hills back towards the canyons. But as they're leaving town, they're approached by a group of Indian shamans. They tell the team here of 2 ancient and powerful relics of their tribe that have been lost in other worlds. For generations our tribe has been guided by the spirits through these relics of our people. Now we fear that although the ancestors have given us visions of where these relics can be found, Our old enemies, the Blag Fang, are also seeking them. You must help us. If the Blag Fang steals our relics, it will destroy our tribe. Well, let me set up. We agree to help these Indians because, well, we're still mad at the Blag Fang. And they're doing terrible things. So we've got 2 lawmen and a bandito who's doing good. And then, of course, a saloon girl who is following her marshal wherever he goes. Well, actually, he's following her. But they decide to help. And so let me set this up, and I will be back when they are ready to chase down the relics. Alright, so we are set up and ready to go, and just I did get the Darkstone Hydra painted up, so I included that in the deck, thinking this was mostly the canyons, but it's not. But it's in there anyway. So this mission actually starts with the mine entrance, so I have the mines out. You have this T-junction here, which leads to 2 worlds. One contains this relic. One contains this relic. Now the way the rules are written, it looks like you actually go to other mine worlds, but I went ahead and everything that I have enough painted to justify going into the world, I went ahead and threw in there, and we will draw random worlds. It could be a mine, it could be Jargono, it could be the derelict ship, it could be Targa, canyons, cinder, blasted wastes. If I draw Tradera, I don't have anything painted for Tradera, so I'm not gonna. I haven't started painting that up yet, and I haven't started painting up the Forest of the Dead. So if those come out, I'll have to toss them. But other than that, I think that's how we'll handle this. So basically, you get 4 exploration tokens per world. And then what they had me do was randomly pull out 1 clue icon and 3 regular exploration tokens, mix them up, and that's how many you do in each one. When you get to the clue icon, you've found the relic. Each of the worlds, these relics cause different kinds of effects in, along with whatever the world effects are. So once you find one of these relics, you basically ignore any doors. You roll a dice on a 1 or 2 besides whatever is on the exploration token. Once you finish that, oh no, it is at the same time. Roll a d6 on a 1 or 2, you also get Blag Fang tribe coming in, also looking for the relic. Once you've got both tribal relics, then you win the mission. If you don't, if the mission has failed, the heroes are cursed and everybody gets a mutation. Though if you do win, everybody gains 1 sanity permanently. So I think that's pretty cool as well. Now each of these, just for the Tribal Relic here is Dreams of the Void. Whenever the lantern is in the world with this one, holding back the darkness, whenever you roll a depth event on holding back the darkness, 1 random hero takes a number of horror hits equal to whatever the number is on the marker. For this one, the Amulet of Beasts, all enemies in that world gain a free elite token, and hold back the darkness is 1 higher. So do you take the risk of being farther down here and having more horror hits, or do you go to that right away? Oh, and for every hit done by an enemy, they also take a horror hit. That kind of stinks. And then, or do you chance having the higher numbers earlier, so maybe you save more? I don't know. I don't know that it really matters, so I may just go random. Because technically I shouldn't know which relic's where, I guess, but the way the rules read, I guess the shaman know where their relics are, so they can tell us. So that's really all the mission, and of course it is all the same rules for a Blag Fang adventure. So rolling whenever there's an attack, a 1, 2, or 3, or an encounter, a 1, 2, or 3, turns it into a Blag Fang attack or encounter. So With all that said and done, we will start out and we will try to hold back the darkness. An 8 we do. Alright, so Saloon Girl will go first. She gets to move 4. I'm not going to scavenge. Now the U.S. Marshal will go. He goes 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Bandito. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody has something that lets them go at least 1 extra. And then the Lawman. 6, so 7, but he's stuck behind them. Alright, first turn. Time to hold back the darkness again. 6 they do not. Alright, Saloon Girl goes first because she has the best initiative. 1, she gets a grit, but she is already at her max grit, which means she just rolls again. So 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 1, 2, 3. Oh, which way should we go first? We're going to go this way first. I just don't want to have high numbers and have somebody just die from a sanity hit. So she's going to wait there, though. She's not going to look through yet. So now we'll let the Marshal go. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will go ahead and we will look through and let's pick the first world we're going to go to. It is the Swamps of Jargono. I'd hoped it would be something different, but so we are going to go to the swamps. And any attack is an ambush attack on a 1, 2, or 3. Put your +2 on rolls to catch your breath. Alright, so we'll do that in a minute. Let's go ahead and have the Bandito come. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now the Lawman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So now let me set up for the Swamps of Jargono. Alright, so I've got everything pulled out for Jargono. I've got a whole bunch of world threats, and so let's see what the first map tile we get. We get the Spider Hole. Alright, so we have the first map tile in Jargono set up, and we have gone through. We're on this side with the Dreams of the Void. All enemies in this world gain the Nightmarish ability, so for every hit done, the hero also takes a horror hit. And while we're there, whenever a depth event is rolled, one random hero takes a bunch of horror hits. Put the first exploration token down and let's see what it is. And it is an ambush attack, so I guess I don't need to roll for the 1, 2, or 3. Is it an ambush? Now, however, on a 1, 2, or 3, it is not a Jargono, but it is a Blag Fang tribe. It is not, it's a Jargono, so we will pull a Jargono threat, and it is Bog Bats. And there are 3 to 4, so they have to fight 6 Bog Bats. Alright, so I have the Bog Bat set up, and a Bog Bat is basically a Hellbat with poison. However, they also get 2 elite abilities because of our posse level. So 6 and 1. Their hits now do +2 damage each, and they are +2 health, and their escape is +5. So their health is actually 3 now, and they do 3 damage. So it is an ambush, so their initiative is 8, and doesn't matter because they'd be going first regardless. Now this does look to me like you can, this does not cut all the way, so you can, that does make that adjacent. So now I have to roll the extra one. Is it going to be on the Marshal or is it going to be on the Saloon Girl? Basically, which one is the middle one fighting? So 1, 2, 3 is the Marshal, 4, 5, 6 is the Saloon Girl. Alright, so the Saloon Girl is getting attacked multiple times. They get 3 combat each, so there's going to be 6 on the Saloon Girl and 3 on the Marshal. They hit on a 4, I mean on a 3, so so that is 3 on the Saloon Girl and none on the Marshal. Wow. But that also causes 3 horror hits because of the world we're in. So let's defend the horror hits first. And she takes 2 sanity damage. Now for the actual wounds. Ooh, 2 wounds. So that's 4. That's actually 6 damage. But she also has her 6+ armor now. Okay, so she takes 5 damage. And she gets a poison marker. So 5 damage and a poison. I'm going to put the poison in an obvious place so I'll remember it this time. So that is their turn. Now it is Saloon Girl goes. She gets her 2 attacks, 2 critical hits. So she will separate these out because, well, each one causes 3 damage. Oh, but their defense is 2. Oh, they're critical though, so each one of these will do enough damage to kill one. So she will kill these 2 right here. That gives her 10, 25 experience each. That's 10 plus Bog Bats are 5 extra, plus 2 elite abilities give another 10 extra. So, and whenever she kills something, she can heal once per turn, heal 2 wounds. I completely forgot about that the entire game last time. And also, well, she should be able to roll for grit, but she is at max grit, so it doesn't matter. But she can heal 2 wounds, so she's actually now at 3 wounds. Alright, next we're going to let the Marshal go. He's got his Punisher rifle. Let's get these out of the way. I'm actually going to move this so I can roll right here. He's going to use a grit and re-roll those. Well, he gets 1 critical hit. So he will roll to do damage on that one. 7, he kills it. Now that means that he gets another attack. He gets his 10, his 25, he gets 35 because of his cleaning up the West. He would be able to heal something if he had any damage, but he gets another attack with his shotgun, and he misses. But once per turn, he can re-roll 1. Nah, that doesn't sound right. Well, yeah. So once per turn, he can re-roll 1 die, 1 attack, and he still misses. Alright, so the Lawman's going to go. He rolls with his, he's going to attack with his Beast Hunter rifle. He is going to use a grit. And he still rolls double 1, so alright. No good for him. Alright, so now we're going to let the Bandito go. He gets 5 attacks. He gets to reroll 1 for his glasses. So he's got 2 criticals and a regular. So he is going to put his first critical on this one. And he does 1 damage. He is going to use a grit and reroll that. And so he only does 2 damage. So that leaves it with 1 damage. He's going to use his regular attack on that same one. So that's 5 minus 2 defense gives him enough to kill that one, giving him 25 experience. And whenever he kills something, he gets to roll, and on a 5 or a 6 he recovers a grit. He does not. And then with his last critical, he'll go for another one. He's going to use another grit. He's going to reroll that. 4, that's enough to kill another one. Giving him 25 more experience. He'll try and recover his grit again. It doesn't say once per turn, so... And he does get a grit. And that is the end of that turn. So Comforting Presence. Well, nobody has any damage but the Saloon Girl. So, alright, first step is to hold back the darkness. 9 we do. 1, 2, 3. He's going to attack the Marshal. 4, 5, 6 the Saloon Girl. He's attacking the Marshal. And what I failed to do last turn was move for any of them. So, Saloon Girl move. Nope. Marshal move. Nope. Bandito moves. Nope. And then the Lawman moves. He gets a grit. Alright, so 3 attacks on the Marshal. And that's 3 hits. So he also takes 3 horror hits. So let's defend the horror hits. He takes 2 sanity damage. And now defending the 3 attacks. Ooh, he takes 1 for 3 damage, but he's got his 5+ armor. So he takes 1 damage, but that does give him a poison marker. Alright, so now it is time for the Saloon Girl to go. It's the start of her activation, so she needs to roll for her poison. And that is a 5, so no effect. And then she will attack twice. 2 regular hits. She will put them both on that one. So 5, that is minus their 3, that's 4 total wounds, enough to kill it. Which gives her 25 experience. And she can roll to see if she gets a grit back. She does not. Oh, wait a minute, on a 5 or a 6, I think. Yes, so she gets a grit back. Roll for her to move, I forgot. Nope. Oh, she doesn't. She's already max grit. Never mind, that was dumb. Alright, so she gets, we get to rest, so a D3 for her, but you get +2. So she gets to heal 4. So she will heal 3 wounds, and actually here, since every hit, she's going to heal 2 and 2. Because everything causes sanity damage in this crazy place. Alright, and then the Bandito is just going to take a grit. The Lawman will just take a... No, he's at max grit, so he's basically just out of luck. And the Marshal... Comforting Presence. He healed a wound, 10 experience for Saloon Girl. He's got 2 sanity on him. I think he'll take the grit. Then they each get a loot. Saloon Girl gets a Darkstone Shard and 30 experience. Lawman, or Marshal gets 50 in cash and 20 experience. Now the Lawman, oh, D6 times 50. Oh, he gets 50 and 20. Well, at least they're consistent with each other. And the Bandito, he gets an artifact card because he's in the other world. So he will pull a Jargono artifact. And he gets the Tribal Swamp Bow, range 8, one shot, uses the D8 to hit. Once per turn, use one Darkstone to add +3 damage. Okay. I think that may be one that he just sells. That is the end of that turn. Time to hold back the darkness again. Oh, man. Creeping darkness. Darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. And that means we hit a darkness card, which means at 2, a random hero takes 2 horror hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. So the Marshal takes 2 because it was on a 2 there. And he saves 1, so he takes a sanity. And the darkness card. The Edge of Forever. The portals seem to lead 1,000 different worlds across the vastness of time and space. All unexplored doorways immediately become gates. However, one of these special rules here is all gates immediately become doors. So that one's kind of a waste. Alright, so moving forward, we are going to Saloon Girl moves 4, 1, 2, 3. She's going to go here. I'm going to let the Marshal move 5 because of his 3 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to look through the doorway, and he finds the nest. Alright, and then we'll let the Lawman move, and the Bandito. He is not at max grit, so he gets to move 2, but he gets a grit. And he is now at his max grit of 4. Alright, so we now have the nest set up. Let's put the exploration token on there. It's the end of the turn, so we might as well flip it. And we have an encounter. So on a 1, 2, or 3, it's a Blag Fang encounter. On a 4, 5, or 6, it's swamps. So it is a Blag Fang encounter. There's only one door. So it's the straight ahead door. I'm just going to use the, oops, well, looks like there's a little bit of snow on the edges here. So, a Blag Fang encounter. The Beyonder's Webway. Tutwala, the Beyonder, tribal goddess of spirit guides and astral journeys, watches over the dream worlds. She is protector of the worthy. Cave paintings here show the goddess standing at the center of a series of swirling portals. An energy seems to float here in the air, making the hair on your neck stand up. Spirit 5, everybody. Alright, so Saloon Girl's spirit is 3. She passes, so she gains 20 experience. And now the Lawman's spirit is also, or the Marshal's spirit's also 3. Ooh, and he fails. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. So they have to do collective number of successes. I think she only had 1. So next will be Lawman's spirit is 1, and he fails. And the Bandito's spirit is 3. So he passes, so he gets 20 experience. They did not get a number equal to or greater than the number of heroes, but there's no badness that happens. So that encounter is done. Now that means it is time to hold back the darkness. Double 6s. Awesome. The Fountain of Life, a wellspring, bubbles up here, rejuvenating all that touches the waters. Each hero can immediately heal 2d6 wounds, sanity, any mix, and remove any poison markers on them. Alright, we'll remove the 2 poison markers. But before I do that, red is the Marshal, white is the Saloon Girl. Saloon Girl takes a wound, because I forgot to roll. Okay, but poison markers are now gone. Okay, the Saloon Girl will roll 2d6 wounds sanity, so she can heal up to 7, which basically fully heals her. The Marshal will do the same, 3. Actually, that heals all of his sanity damage, so no comforting presence. And actually, the Lawman and the Bandito have no wounds or sanity, and they're both at max grit, so nothing good there, nothing extra. Alright, so roll to move. Saloon Girl, she can move 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the U.S. Marshal will move. He actually can take the grit. And he will move his 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, the Bandito will move 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Lawman, he's at his max grit, so he will take that and another 1, so 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is not going to look through. You know what? We are racing against time, so he is going to actually look through the door, and he will see a no exploration long passage. And it just dawned on me, it's going to kill us having to come all the way back for things, but alright, so time to hold back the darkness. 7 we do. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I hadn't been moving the posse marker forward. Alright, so Saloon Girl moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the U.S. We'll let the Lawman move. 6. And he is going to go ahead and look through that door now that I know we're even in more trouble. Another no exploration token. That's bad news. And now the Bandito can go 6. And the Lawman, he can go 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's going to get back in front. 8. Well, you know what? He can do his 9. Alright, time to hold back the darkness. Fours. Okay, that is a volley of arrows. A volley of serpent arrows rain down from the treetops above. Each hero takes 3 hits, and any hero that takes a wound also gets a poison marker. So, 3 hits each. Red is the Marshal, and white is the Saloon Girl. Ooh. So the Saloon Girl saves them all. Marshal takes 2. So, but he has his 5+ save. So he takes 3 wounds and a poison marker. I screwed that up. I'm going to have to redo that. So he failed 2, and so he failed 2 saves, therefore he's got to do 2 of his 5+. I do not know why I did 4. So he takes 1 wound and a poison marker. 1 wound and a poison marker. Now red is the Bandito and white is the Lawman. Lawman takes 1 wound and the Bandito takes... No. Lawman takes 2 wounds, the Bandito takes 1. So we got 3 poison markers to roll out here. And we have a wound on the Marshal, 2 wounds on the Lawman, and 1 wound on Ben the Bandito. And then we've got 3 poison markers. Saloon Girl gets to move. 6 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to let, okay, the Marshal, U.S. Marshal is going to move. First his poison marker, nothing happens. Then he moves. 1, he's at his max grit, so he gets to just go more. Alright, he's going to go here and he's going to look through. And let's see what we have. Another no exploration token. It's going to kill us. A T-junction. Bandito will move. 5. That was dumb to have him go first. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the Lawman. 1, 2, 3. That's as far as he can go. Alright. Time to hold back the darkness. 7 they do. Except that we got to move this one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually we're up to this one, next one. I keep forgetting. Alright. Saloon Girl can move. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She is going to go ahead and look through. Did I not shuffle these or something? Holy smokes. Okay, we got another little short. Now we got the short passage. Now we're going to let the U.S. Marshal go. So he can go 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He'd be all by himself. So I can't really look through yet. So what I actually did was I forgot the Bandito and the Lawman's poison rolls last turn. So red is the Bandito. White is the Lawman. So the Bandito loses his poison marker. Nothing happens with the Lawman. And now the Marshal from this turn, nothing happens. So now we're going to let the Bandito go. So first is poison. Oh wait, he doesn't have poison anymore. So we'll go ahead and roll to move. 1, he's at his max grit, so that'll give him 7. That's good. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the Lawman does have poison still, so nothing happens, and he moves 6. 4, 5, 6. He's going to stop there so the Saloon Girl can get by. So that is the end of the turn. So no damage from the poison, and Bandito is no longer poisoned. Now time to hold back the darkness. And we do. And now Saloon Girl goes. She gets to go 6. So she is going to go here and she is going to look through. And please let this be something different. And it is a murky clearing. Finally, something that we can put wrong murky clearing. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get these out of the way. Push this over here. And exploration token. But it is not the end of the turn yet. I don't know what to do. I think I'll let the Marshals at max grit, so everybody's at max grit, so no reason for anybody to move, just in case that is the clue, except for the Lawman. So he can move up one. That's the end of the turn. It's an attack. Alright, 1, 2, or 3, it is Blag Fang Tribe. 4, 5, or 6, we draw. We draw. And there's only one door. So let's draw the threat, and it is... Hold on. We can't have... Yeah, okay, I didn't put that. I put it on the front instead of the back. Oh, wait a minute, no. Alright. Swamp Slashers. D3 Swamp Slashers. 1 Swamp Slasher. Let me grab a Swamp Slasher. Now on a 1, 2, or 3, it's an ambush. It is not an ambush. So a Swamp Slasher is basically a regular slasher who prioritizes their target based on the hero with the most Darkstone, including Darkstone icon items. And he has a move of 8. His initiative is 4, so Saloon Girl gets to go first, but that's not really that helpful. Well, maybe it is, depending on how far she can go. But he gets 2 elite abilities, so let's see. 4 and 2. Plus 4 health, so his health is now 10. And he has fear. Oh, his fear 2 is now terror 2. Okay, alright. Fear 2 and terror 2. Terror 2. First things first, hold back the darkness. We do not, and actually we've moved up 1 anyway. So a random hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6. So the Lawman takes 4 horror hits, of which he saves none. So he takes 4 sanity damage. Forgot her comforting presence last turn, which would have healed everybody 1. So that would give her 30 experience. And now Saloon Girl goes first. So she moves. Oh, hold that. We have a darkness card. All void enemies are now +1 combat. He is a beast. Alright. So she can move 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so she's actually going to move here. So she can attack. She gets to reroll 1. So she gets 1 hit for 3 damage. His defense is 4, 5, so she does 1 point of damage to him. Because she gets her +2 damage, his defense is 4, so he is down to 9 health. Next we're going to do the Marshal. He moves 4, but that's up to 7. 5. Yeah, we'll just put him there. He can attack with his Punisher. 2 critical hits. Now critical hits only, he has the chitinous shell, so that just reduces his defense to 2. So 2, he's going to burn a grit to reroll those. Alright, so this one will cause 2 damage. This one causes 6 damage. That's 8 damage, so he is down to 1 wound. So, and I forgot his poison. He still has poison. So he actually takes a wound from poison. And I'm actually going to do the Bandito next. He can move 6. You know what? I forgot to roll for which one is a door. 5. So this one is the door. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all he's going to do. And now I'm going to let the Lawman has poison. He takes a wound. He's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack with his Beast Hunter rifle. He gets to reroll 1. 1 hit. Plus 3 damage on beasts, and the slasher is a beast. So 5 minus his 3 takes him up to 10. He's got 10 health. He's only got 1 wound. That's enough to kill the slasher. So the slasher is dead. These guys each have a wound. But for the marshal, Comforting Presence heals it. And the lawman gets 20 experience. He did 8 wounds. He gets 65. And the other thing that I have been forgetting to do is, I forgot, because of the lawman's ability, anytime they discover a new room, everybody gets to heal a sanity or a wound. I've been forgetting about that for the last 3 or 4 games, I think. Alright, anyway, now we each get a loot card. Alright, the Saloon Girl gets D6 times 25. So she gets 25 gold and 20 experience. The U.S. Marshal, ooh, he gets an artifact card and 20 experience. Ooh, he draws Serpent Skull Helmet, armor plus 5. Now he's already got plus 5 armor, so he will probably give that to somebody. Now the Lawman, he gets a Dark Stone. Then the Bandito gets 50 in cash. Not the most lucrative of visits. And I forgot to do the, they each get their D3, but I'm looking to see, nobody really has any, well, the Lawman, he heals. That's 2, plus the extra 2 for being in Jargono. That's sanity. Because he took all that sanity. Okay, and that's really it. Alright, so now it is time to hold back the darkness. And they do. And now it is time for the Saloon Girl to move. And I keep walking back and forth. But Saloon Girl, 2, 3. She is going to look through. And they find ruins of the past. So an actual, the last exploration token. Alright, so now we're going to let the... No, we're actually... We'll let the Marshal move. First he's got to do his poison. He takes a hit from the poison. Then he'll move. So he ends up, he gets a grit back, so he's back at max grit of 4. And now Bandito can move, but he's not going anywhere. Now the Lawman, he takes poison. Nothing happens. Move, nothing. Exploration token. Growing Dread encounter. Alright, 1, 2, 3, it's Blag Fang. 4, 5, 6, it's regular. Blag Fang encounter, a Growing Dread card. Now we roll to see if there are Blag Fang tribe also protecting it. There are not. Good deal. Alright. Blag Fang encounter first. Fire pits are set ablaze around the outer edge of the room. You hear tribal drums and singing echoing in the distance. Staring into the flames, shapes begin to take form, sinister apparitions of people long gone and things yet to come. Spirit 6 test. Everybody. If successful, you get 20 experience, and you gain a future vision. Discard the future vision at any time to cancel a darkness or growing dread card on the roll of a 4+. If failed, you take D6 horror hits. You know what? Before we do that, the slasher, I need to do fear for the slasher, so they each needed to take 2 fear. So, and he should have had 1 attack because his, I thought his initiative was 1 lower than it was. Alright, so 2 fear for the Saloon Girl. She takes 1 sanity. U.S. Marshal, he takes 2 sanity. Alright, the Lawman, he takes 1 sanity. And the Bandito takes 1 sanity. He should have attacked, and it would have either been the Saloon Girl or the, well, it would have been the Saloon Girl or the Marshal. So 1, 2, 3 Saloon Girl. Oh, so he would have attacked the Marshal, chased him down. His move is 8, so he would have been able to do it. 2 combat at 3+. Alright, so he would have 2 hits, which means 2 horror hits on the Marshal. So let me do his 2 horror hits. So he takes 1 more sanity. Marshal can save. So he failed 1. Damage is D6. So 5 damage. But he has his 5+ armor. So he took 4 damage. Now, the Saloon Girl and the Bandito would have used their end roll to finish. Comforting Presence would get 1 from the other, from the Marshal and the Lawman. And the Lawman did roll, but the Marshal would roll for his, so he would get 3, 5. He would have saved 5 more. So, okay, now we're back square again. So now we've done our darkness, our encounter. Now we've got to do we're doing the encounter, so Spirit 6 test each. So, Saloon Girl's Spirit is 3. And she fails. If failed, she takes D6 horror hits. She takes 4 horror hits. So she takes 3 sanity damage now. Spirit 3 for the U.S. Marshal. And he fails. So he takes 1 horror hit, which he fails. So he takes a sanity. Spirit 1 on the lawman, and he doesn't, so he takes 5. And he saves 2 of them, so he takes 3. 3 sanity damage. We are getting... okay. And now Bandito has a spirit of 3. Let's see, can he pass? Nope, he doesn't pass. So he takes 3, of which he saves 2, so he takes 1 sanity. And now we have a Growing Dread card. Cosmic Insignificance. Staring into the gaping void, you are overcome with the emptiness of knowing that humanity is but a plaything for the cosmic whim of the elder gods of old. Every hero takes d6 horror hits. For each willpower roll, instead of taking sanity damage, the hero loses 1 sanity permanently. Egad. Okay. Alright, so the Saloon Girl, 1. She's going to use a grit to re-roll that, and she passes. Now the U.S. Marshal, he takes 3. He's going to use a grit to re-roll those, so he ends up taking 1. So he loses 1 sanity permanently. Criminy. Write that down. The Lawman, 2. He's going to use a grit to re-roll that 1. And he still fails, so he takes 1 permanently. And now the Bandito, 2. I guess this could have been a lot worse. And he's going to use a grit to re-roll this one, and so he loses 1 permanently. That was awful. But they've got the relic. So that's 1 relic down. And now, unfortunately, they've got to hold back the darkness. And I want to check one thing real quick. Okay, they've collected the Tribal Relic, which means they can heal D6 sanity. So I'm going to do red is the Marshal, white is the Saloon Girl. So wound sanity, he is back. Marshal is good to go. Saloon Girl is also good to go. And now red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. Bandito can heal 2, which actually is good to go for him. And 3, not good to go for the Marshal. He still has some sanity missing. Alright, so now it is time to hold back the darkness. 7, that means they do not. But now they can move. Unfortunately, the Saloon Girl is first by initiative, and she can't do anything, so we'll use let the Marshal go. Wait a minute. I'm going to move this back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He doesn't want to get too far ahead. Alright, now the Lawman. 1, 2, 3. Bandito. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to hold back the darkness again. And they do. So now the Saloon Girl can go. Well, she gets back 1 of her grit. But you know what? She's just going to go ahead and re-roll. Use it to re-roll. So 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then now the lawman will go, and he's going to use his. He's just going to roll again too. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the bandito will go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is room to cut there. And now the lawman. He'll take the grit to go back up to his max grit, because he gets the 4 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to hold back the darkness. 10 they do. And that's good because we're getting kind of spread out. Saloon Girl goes. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to let the lawman go. Ooh, 7. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to let the marshal go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to let the bandito go. He's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I forgot poison the last 2 rounds for these guys. So red is the marshal, white is the lawman. So the marshal actually lost his. The lawman took a wound. So now the lawman for his second one, nothing happens. So, all right. Time to hold back the darkness. We do not. So that means we move 1 forward and we pull a Growing Dread card. Now it is the Saloon Girl's turn. However, she is no longer adjacent to the marshal who has the lantern, so she's got to take D6 horror hits. So she takes 3 horror hits. And she saves them all. And now it is her move. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll let the lawman move. I think he'll just take the grit this time. So he gets to move 2. We'll let the bandito go. Oops, he gets a grit, but he moves 3, 1, 3. Is he at his max? He's not at his max grit, so alright. And now the lawman's poison that I forgot to do. Nothing happens. And now the marshal goes. He's at his max grit. And I was wrong, the bandito is at his max grit too, so actually he should have rolled another one, which gave him another 1. And now the lawman, he gets his extra, which gives him another 1, so he can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody is adjacent to the lamp. And time to hold back the darkness again. And again we do not. Blag Fang tribe are watching. They're hoping. Alright. Now we've got a mess because the Saloon Girl is behind. And she has to go first because of her initiative. So Saloon Girl goes. She's at her max grit, so, but it doesn't matter. She can only go that far. No, we'll let the bandito go this time. He's at his max grit, So he can go 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the lawman will go. He can go 4. And now the marshal. Ooh. He's just going to come here and stop so that she doesn't take the horror hits. Alright. Alright, hold back the darkness. Double 6s. Alright, so any poison gets healed, which I forgot last turn, his poison. Nothing happened. Poison gets healed and they each do 2d6 of healing. Saloon Girl, 9, so she is now fully healed. Marshall has nothing, but he's at max grit, so it doesn't matter. Poison is healed. Marshall, actually that's enough to fully heal him. We're not doing too bad on our wounds. We keep healing. And the Bandito is good to go as well. Alright. So now Saloon Girl gets to move. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to use a grit to roll to go more. So another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she uses a grit. Now we will let the Bandito go. 3. One, 2, 3. We'll let the lawman go. He can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the marshal. He's just going to go and step foot right here. That's it. It is time to hold back the darkness and get back into the main cabin, or the main area. So hold back the darkness. Do not. And that means a random, we get a darkness card, and a random player gets 8 horror hits. Swarm of Rats. Each hero takes 2 corruption hits and gains 20 experience. Now everybody gets 2 corruption hits. I hate this one. It's just... Alright, so Saloon Girl defends. So she takes 1 corruption. That takes her up to 2. Lawman defends his. He takes 2 corruption. You know, he's at max grit, so he's going to use a grit. And he's going to reroll those. And so he saves 1. He takes 1 corruption hit instead. And the Bandito, he takes 1 corruption hit. He'll just take the corruption hit. And then I think we have to do a strength test, right? Yep. Everybody does an agility 4 or they lose a side bag token. Alright, Saloon Girl's agility is 4. She's good. The Marshal's agility is 5. He's good. The Lawman's agility is 2. But he's good. And the Bandito's agility is 2. And he's good. Alright. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 8 horror hits on the Bandito. So, what is his willpower? So that's, he takes 4 sanity damage. We'll just take it. And now Saloon Girl gets to move. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she gets to come back home. Now the let's let the Marshal go. 3. So he's here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to let the Bandito go. He's at his max grit, so add another 6, so that's 7, 8, 1, 2, which puts him here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to look through the door yet, though. And now the Lawman. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. They are back. They're getting ready to go explore the other side. See if they can do it a little more quickly. So let me clean up, and actually let's go ahead and pick the world that we're going to go into, and then I think it is a good opportunity to take a break. So the world we will get is the Blasted Wastes. So I'm going to take a break. When we come back, they will go chasing through the Blasted Wastes.